Hello everybody, how's everyone doing? It is I, Sly, and today we are going to be doing a Borderlands 3 video solo on the channel. This video is dedicated to the recent update, and by recent I mean it was a few months ago. It's pertaining to the Diamond Key, which it just popped up on the left, mentioning the Diamond Armory and how we have a key we could use. Sorry, I'm kind of bumping into things, I'm looking at a couple screens right now. But the Diamond Key. The Diamond Key is something that was added in the recent DLC. I've yet to cover that on my channel or the other boys' channel. We haven't touched it yet. We will be soon. But the Diamond Key, the way it works in Borderlands 3 is there's a armory at the front of the ship where the, I guess you could say the cockpit or something, the deck or whatever, where the main area is at the top of the ship. So let me pull up the map real quick. If we got all the vendors and what have you, it's all the way at the very, very front. Where the galaxy map is. So we walk up, here's the galaxy map. Ignore that. For a while now, they've had this little area. If you go out down the side, there's a room here. Now, before the recent update, this room, well, that door was red. The red lock, you weren't able to go into it. Now, if you have the DLC, you can go in here. And when you do, boom, you have 3 things on the wall. And then you have the Diamond Key. Now, before I get any further into this, let me explain this as best as I can. To the extent of my knowledge, any of the weapons, shields, artifacts, grenade mods, whatever, you'll be able to pick one item from each wall. There's going to be an abundance of items on each of the walls. So, for example, there might be like 20 different guns on this wall. There might be 30 different shields here. Maybe 30 to 40 grenades here. And out of all of those, you can only pick one of each per Diamond Key use. Now, the RNG is different each time. I'm not sure whether or not there are diamond loot, there's like diamond rarity loot yet, kind of like Borderlands 2 had the pearl essence. I'm not entirely sure, but what I am sure of is there are a bunch of legendaries. There will be some purple items. There may even be some blue items, which I'm sure most people would probably say screw that. I mean, why would I use a Diamond Key just to get a blue rarity, a common or an uncommon? Who gives a shit? I don't blame you. It's like you want it to be epic or legendary. Fair enough. But apparently, some of the loot that you might stumble across from this is items from the takedowns or possibly even the DLCs, if you own them, that you may not have acquired. So it is possible to get loot that you have yet to get your grubby little hands on if you're, like me, over here collecting every single imaginable legendary item. Now, for the sake of the video, I'm going to be popping only one Diamond Key. I have 3 thus far, and I gotta tell you, it was a bitch to grind. I'm level 66 on the vault card area, and let me tell you, I didn't get all of this filled out until 66. So that's why I decided to make the video, so I could tell you how many levels it took me to complete my vault card, I guess, list? I don't know what to call it. But I've acquired the Super Shield and then all 3 of the cool legendaries involved on the card. Now, the other thing, which is a little more annoying, is the RNG of every time you fill out that vault card bar. You can get Iridium, you can get more of these little keys to buy things on this list, which no longer I have to do. But I do have to do things like this, re-roll item parts on specific guns or a shield that I have. But sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll get a Diamond Key from this, the vault card chest. And so far, I've gotten 3. I think when I was level 40 was when I got my 3rd one, so it's been quite a while. We're going to pop my first one ever right now. Here we go. Oh, baby. Look at the map. Look at the map. It's all legendaries, baby. Oh. Now, I have to warn you. You got 300 seconds on the clock. Obviously, you could stop it if you're playing solo, you know, pause, but we're not going to be doing that. We're just going to screw around. See, there's some purple loot, like I told you. I don't care. That's not that bad. Yeah. Oh, some red text blues, obviously. Is that a black hole? Yeah, stutter step. Probably, yeah, another blue. The Ultra's not bad. You can get that in the DLC. This, the snowshoe, you can get from the Guardian. No, not the Guardian takedown. The Malawan takedown. This is Infernal Wish. That's from the Black. No, not the Black. I was thinking Black Ops. The Arms Race DLC. Faulty Star. That's not bad. Transformer. I'm using it. Quickening stopgap. I would take a Bullet Sponge stopgap, but hemorrhaging. Alright, so we take it, it goes red. Closes things up. Once you've picked your weapon. That's exclusive. Yeah. Not bad, but I hate the sight. Superfluous, I have a better one than that. Decisive cheap tips, not that great. A lethal KO's in, doesn't have an element, so I don't want it. And it has too big of a mag for me. Both of those are exclusive weapons. Oh, Zaitsev's Eruption. Not the most powerful thing I've seen, but I might end up taking that. Oh, but the reflux. Shit. Ooh. I'm conflicted. It's either between the reflux and that or the other one. Convergence, don't care. Another Chaosin, which is phenomenal. The Blanc, don't care, even though it's pretty good. The Complex Root, I have a better one. Cutsman? Oh, a DNA. Oh, wow. Oh, but it has the gross aim sight. Alright, we're gonna take... Oh, shit. God, I'm so conflicted. Taking Zaitsev's Eruption. Nagata. Truth be told, I don't really care too much for grenades. I've never found this one. The Dead Ringer. I don't believe I've ever found a Mesmer either. Sink into the floor. Sink. That's Moxie's bouncing pair. God bless. Those things do bounce. The Widowmaker, it's generic. Stormfront, generic. It used to be better in the other Borderlands. The Ringer, again. 200... Is that 204,000? It is. And this Ringer is... That's not it. That's not... 257 versus 204. The Dead Ringer. When bowled into. I'll take the Ringer. Alright, so we've used our first diamond key. And it loads up here. And it gives you another goodie. Usually it's nothing great, as you could see. It was just a spooling insider. And then it goes away. I'm not entirely certain if it always gives you something in the center pedestal. But the point is that using it will reward you with certain items. So for I don't have an electric one. I only grabbed it because I want to compare it to the one I already have. Concern. We'll compare it to the other items I have. I'm going to mark these as trash just so I can go compare them and I know which ones I'm looking at. Oh, see, for example, there's my other insider. No, insider, recursion. Crap, now I can't remember which one I just picked up. Either way, we'll keep them both and we'll go take a look at it. I do know we picked up that Ringer. And then the shield, it was the hemorrhaging recharger. Yeah, which, truth be told, it's not bad at all. That's a good damn Rough Rider right there. Now that you guys have gotten a taste of what it's like, some of that loot was Mayhem scaled only. So like the Chaosin, the Tankman's Shield, both of those weapons can drop from Captain Trot on Mayhem 6 and above. I'm not mistaken. I think it's Mayhem 6. It might be Mayhem 4. But I play on Mayhem 10 because I enjoy the modifiers. I could do Mayhem 11, but frankly, I just don't. I don't care too much for it. It's just kind of not as much loot in return, you know, the whole money thing. And I really love holding on to my money. Now then, we are going to compare our 3 weapons. So I need to pull out the ones that I have in comparison. We had a Zaitsev's Eruption, and mine is, I think, 706, so it should be around here. This is the good Juju. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, it's 686. So that one's better. We'll take it out and we'll compare it. Looks like my reflex would have been better, the one that I have, instead of the one I was debating. You can get this from Genevieve on Eden 6. It's a pretty good shotgun. It would have been even better if I had one with a smaller ammo capacity. Anytime you get a gun with smaller ammo capacity, for the most part, aside from whatever prefix it has, so because this is a 10 shot and it has that little outward clip, you know, for a Hyperion weapon versus, let me see if I can find a Hyperion weapon. Yeah, here we go. Ah, better one. This Hyperion weapon. See how the magazine stays underneath? That has a higher damage because it's a smaller mag size. Same thing goes for this Heartbreaker right here. The mag is so small that it doesn't even protrude out from the bottom. Versus, you know, these bad boys like the Reflux and the Febert, that it's like a 10 to 14 caliber box mag that falls out of the side. Anywho, so I made the right choice. This is better. Plus it's times 14 multiplier. Now, the Insider. This Insider, I'm going to compare it real quick just to take a peek. That's the Trevinator. Rest in peace, Trevor. Looks like the one, if I did just pick up the Insider, this one is better. And there it is again. You can see it has a smaller mag size. But because of that, it packs a much better punch. And then our Recursion, I want to double check my Recursion. It should be right. As you can see, I have quite a bit of weapons in my my inventory. Looks like that one is not as good. But then again, they both fire 3 shots. The reload time, 2.1. Yeah, that's a smart choice. Now then. And the other item we acquired, aside from that, was the grenade and the shield. So that's really all that we needed. Now then, time to double check that Zaitsev's Eruption. See whether or not we actually ended up finding something we liked. There we go. Both of those are good boys. Now, I did tell you that it indeed was a better... probably should have taken the other one out. Oh well, I'll put it back after. This one right here. You don't need to care too much about the number on the top left. It really has no say on how good the item is. Not much anyway. But at the same time, you know, if it's a higher number, for example, like this Monarch, it's 706, which you would think would like, oh, it's 700. Wow, it's pretty freaking good. I think the best Monarch I've ever gotten was a 736, and it has cryo on it. That thing packs it. Now then. I hate how the bar moves. Ugh, I have to start from the top. Oh well. There we are. So apparently the non-elemental one does more damage, which I guess that makes complete. Repair time is still the exact same. Truth be told, I think if I'm going to end up keeping one of these two, I would keep the Zappy one. Because I'd rather have an elemental weapon than a non-elemental weapon. So, you know, honestly, I think this was a pretty decent haul from the Diamond Armory. So the Diamond Armory isn't the worst thing to try out. But if I'm being honest, a lot of the loot that was there, if you're not big on the grinding of, what do you call it, loot farming, you know, just camping at a boss and killing them multiple times, it might not be for you. But otherwise, you know, you should consider it. I think it'll be worth the investment. If you haven't got the DLC already, you know, you should consider doing it. If not for the actual story, which involves like a series of murders across the galaxy, then at least just mainly because of the vault card stuff. I haven't tried out any of these 3 weapons yet, the Bird of Prey, the Mechanic, or the Guardian, but I can tell you the Guardian can be used pretty well when you use a Torg weapon. For example, you use a Torg weapon with Sticky, and then right when you're about to pull reload, you switch to the Guardian, and it'll like increase your damage ridiculously. It's like a bee shield from Borderlands 2, but in gun form. And then the Bird of Prey, I mean, it's a Jacobs sniper rifle, so it's a heavy hitter. But if you play on Mayhem, you know, your shots, you better have some good stats on that sniper rifle, otherwise it's not going to make much of a difference. And the Mechanic, well, you know, it's not the worst rocket launcher. It shoots tires. It's more of a gag weapon, I think, than an actual weapon. It does great damage to vehicles, but so does everything else. And then the Super Shield, I know that they nerfed it very soon early on when it was introduced because there were some serious exploits for characters like Mose, where her, I think, phalanx skill in the skill tree would make her ridiculously fast and powerful, and she'd pretty much be sprinting around like Zane does when you activate your Sentinel and you have like a snowshoe on. I mean, like I'm bumping into doors before they even open. Like it's bad, but like as her, you could just be constantly running and zooming, and it's ridiculous speed. But on top of that, the fire rate of a weapon, for example, something like this, even though the charge speed takes a while, Mose would be able to empty the clip in like less than a second. It would just be like a constant beam of energy, which, I mean, I'm all for. That's freaking wicked. But keep in mind, if you stacked it too much, because that shield goes off of how many enemies you manage to kill without getting hit. Once you get hit, the multiplier kind of stops, and people would use it to, just absolutely decimate the living hell out of enemies. But if you just kept stacking to a certain extent, you would end up bricking your console or PC, because it just can't handle how broken the ability is on her skill tree. But, nonetheless, it's ridiculously fun to do, so worth it. Another reason why you should consider getting the lovely little DLC is because of these awesome skins. The new skins released are like Maya and Lilith's tattoos, the siren ability. And then, of course, catch a rat! You can't argue with that. So there's some pretty good, hidden gems in there. I think so, at least. But, you should definitely consider it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've missed. Speaking of which, I need to get a smaller box mag on this so it has higher DPS. Anywho, for those of you watching this, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a great day, a good afternoon, an absolutely bitching or blissful evening. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time.